Good morning, traders. Today I want to run through some tips, some advice, things I've learned over the last 4 years of being in the market. So traders, let's get straight into it. I'm coming up on 4 years since I first got introduced to day trading, and that was 2016, right before I had graduated from college. And ever since then, day after day, have been in love and been studying the markets day in and day out. Now let's go over some things that I've learned since then. Number one, the only thing I know is that I don't know. It's very important to have that type of mindset in the market because the more you think you know, the more in danger you can be. When I was very convicted on stocks and had all the confidence in the world that I was right and that ego got in the way, that's when a public offering came out, a secondary offering, and they shattered my dreams, let's just be honest. And so you have to approach each and every single day with the mindset of anything can happen. There are so many outside variables that can manipulate the stock market, can manipulate the individual ticker you're trading, so you just need to be aware of that. And really just understanding that the more confident you are in your trading doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be trading better. In fact, you could be worse out the more confident you are. And you can also be negatively affected by a very timid approach to the market as well, not pulling the trigger when you know you're supposed to, but also being overconfident, being Superman, knowing that you can't take a loss. Well, when you can't take a loss, that's when you don't take a loss. And then you add into oblivion and you end up blowing up an account, losing more money than you intended to. So you need to approach the market every single day with the mindset of anything can happen. And don't let you get in the way of your trading. Don't let ego precede your trading. Because when ego takes precedence over your trading, guess what that means? Now that ego is involved in your trading, it's harder to now get out of your position because you feel at fault. You feel wrong. When the market's not saying you're right or you're wrong, it's just providing you with information and you're supposed to react off of that information. The market just provides you with opportunity. We're not paid for our time in the market. We're paid for the opportunity that the market provides. Everybody takes losses. It's just how you take the losses that's going to define you as a trader. If you don't predefine your risk, if you're not a risk manager, then essentially you're a gambler. You're just spinning the wheel. That's who traders are. We are managers of risk. Secondly, when I first got into trading, I thought patterns were the holy grail, essentially. If I could spot a pattern, me, Kevin, I see that bull flag. That is a bull flag. I'm buying that. Oh, that's an ascending triangle. I'm buying it. Inverse head and shoulders. I'm buying it. Now, this isn't to say that patterns are superfluous, but in my trading journey, the best I've seen is like 50-50. I've seen so many bull flags early on in my trading career. I've traded them, and at best, they traded maybe 50 out of 50. And a lot of the times, they were also fake out breakouts. So I'd be buying the breakout, I get faked out, and then I end up bag holing, turn into a deer in headlights, and lose a lot of money. And that's what happens to a lot of amateur traders. They don't think about the risk management. They think about the profits. So that's what I encourage you to do. Think about the risk management before you enter a trade. Predefine that risk. Don't have your mind just set on the profits. That's what gamblers do. They just think profits, profits, profits. But traders, we think of risk management. Ultimately, during my trading journey, I found that it wasn't necessarily recognizing the patterns that created the best trader out of me. It was experience. Experience over time turns you into the best trader that you're ever going to be. You just need experience. What do you need? You don't need a course. You don't need all this education. Yeah, it could be helpful in certain areas, but ultimately, experience is going to be your best teacher. I could watch people teach me how to play golf every single day, through the videos, and until I get out there and do it myself, I'm not applying it. I'm not really learning a lot. I'm not getting that muscle memory. It's the same with trading. You got to get into the market and trade yourself. That experience is going to turn into combined experience, and then you're going to start listening to your gut more than you're going to listen to your guru. And in conclusion, I want to say focus on the process, not on the destination. Focus on the journey, not the destination. You're going to get there over time, but you got to be persistent. You got to be determined. You need to be amiable. You need to be able to see yourself introspectively in how you trade. That's one thing I love about trading. We find out so much about ourselves that we honestly never even knew. And when we first start trading, we always overestimate the amount of profits we're going to make and underestimate the amount of work it's going to take to get there. So we got to do the opposite of that. Counterintuitive. We have to overestimate the amount of work that's needed and underestimate the amount of profits we're going to make initially. Trading is the hardest, easiest job out there. Traders, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you learned something. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.